voices in this effort. And he will bring us his message very shortly. In the meantime, we are going to ask for Representative Ron Waters, who is the head of the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus, to come up and also tell us how we're going to rescind this thing.
Thank you, and good afternoon. It's kind of hot out here today, ain't it? I don't know if it's from the sun or if it's from us. I think we're the one that's hot out here today. I just want to thank all of you who traveled great distances to come and join us today up here on the steps of the Capitol. Do you want to know where the voter fraud has occurred? I tell you right now where the voter fraud occurred. It occurred with the people that want to disenfranchise the many 758,000 people who are already registered to vote throughout this Commonwealth. That's where the voter fraud occurred. The voter fraud occurred when the people said that they want to make sure that this is the way to get the candidate of their choice elected. That's where the voter fraud occurred. The voter fraud didn't occur in the polling places throughout this Commonwealth. The voter fraud occurred right inside this Capitol building. That's where the voter fraud occurred. The voter fraud occurred when those people said and got together, and I have news for you, there was not one Democrat that voted for that. Not one Democrat that voted for that. So I'm happy to say that the Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus was totally against it. We represent people who have for years had to fight and struggle real hard to have a right to vote. Even though they was American citizens, even though they helped build this country, even though they didn't get paid for helping build this country. And now you want to tell people that just because they might not have ID because of financial situations, or maybe they're old, that they got to go out and get a new condition to vote. That's against the Pennsylvania Constitution, and I hope that Judge Simpson rules in favor, supporting the Pennsylvania Constitution, and say hell no to you telling these people that they have to have ID to vote. Now listen, let me tell you something. We don't know how the judge is going to rule. We don't know how he's going to rule. But what we do know is that they got some free ID that people could get. All right, so we have a plan A, and that is hope that we get justice from the courts. But plan B should be that we should go out and make sure every single eligible voter gets their ID so that they can vote. And the way that we can show them what we're working with is that we come out in record numbers and vote those bums out of office that wanted to disenfranchise. That's what we ought to do. We vote somebody in office, and then they want to take away your right to vote. That's hypocritical at its best. Voters, Pennsylvania, Philly, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, wherever you come from, we're going to kick some butt on November 6th. We're not going to be disenfranchised.